I'm Nicole Martinez-LeGrand. I am the Multicultural Collections Curator at the Indiana Historical Society. My areas of research are early Latino and Asian history in Indiana. A concept worth understanding is that both the Latino and the Asian community here in Indiana are not new communities. They've been here contributing to the state of Indiana for over a century, if not more. A book worth reading. I think given with the present political, cultural climate today, a book worth reading is a book by Adam Goodman called The Deportation Machine. This book really gives a full explanation of laws and policies and historical events that shaped a lot of our immigrant communities here in the United States, all the way from the beginning, from 1790, when we began to define who a citizen is. I think an activity worth doing here in the state is visiting the Indiana Dunes. I might be biased. I'm from the northwest part of the state. I grew up hanging up on the shores of Lake Michigan, and I think it's one of the many jewels that we have here in Indiana. So I think it's worth doing year-round, going for a winter hike, seeing the glaciers rush up onto the shore, and go to the beach in the summer. You can see Chicago from the shoreline. It's really a great place in the state. A podcast worth listening to. It's by Maria Hinojosa, who is a political commentator, a reporter, a famed reporter at that. Through her podcast series, through Futuro Studios, is Suave. Suave is a man who is incarcerated from a young age, and is somebody that Maria befriends and then goes through his life story, how he became incarcerated, the carceral system itself, and then what was life like after he got out of prison and how he contributed to society. So it's a really good podcast. So Suave. A video worth watching. This is going to seem very atypical for me. I'm a big Robert De Niro fan. I really love all of his early work, but Once Upon a Time in America, I think it's the early 80s film about growing up in New York City, growing up in poverty in New York City, and how his life developed out of that. Okay, in Indiana Worth Imagining, I think in Indiana Worth Imagining is that we really truly recognize all of our cultural roots and realize that a lot of these ethnic communities date back more than a century, and through their culture and contribution has really shaped this state. And so I think once we have a deeper understanding of who we are and who is a Hoosier, it is an Indiana Worth Imagining to me.